Welcome back to our channel, horror lovers. Before we begin tonight's terrifying tale, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our spine-chilling stories. If you enjoy what you see, drop a like and leave a comment below. It really helps us bring you more horrifying content. Now, let's dive into tonight's nightmare. The Haunted House, a true story. Life sometimes presents us with mysteries that defy explanation. What happened to the Morrison family is one such tale that will make you question everything you believe about the world beyond. Chapter 1: New Beginnings. David Morrison had just transferred to his new job in Portland, Oregon. A government employee with 20 years of experience, he was excited about this fresh start. His wife, Linda, was a devoted homemaker, and their daughter, Emma, couldn't wait to explore the opportunities this vibrant city had to offer. "This house is perfect, Dad, though it does look pretty old," Emma observed as they stood before their new Victorian-style home. "You know how tough it is to find affordable housing in Portland, sweetie. This place was recently renovated, and it's close to my office. I couldn't pass it up, even if it needs some cleaning." Linda smiled warmly. "Don't worry, you two. I'll have this place sparkling like our old home in no time." Emma laughed. "Just don't scrub so hard that you take the paint off the walls." After some light-hearted banter, the family began unpacking and cleaning. Emma headed to her bedroom on the second floor. The room had been closed for some time, and a musty smell filled the air. She opened the windows wide and started tidying up. As she wiped down the walls, something caught her eye. "What are these marks?" she muttered, examining dark red stains near the baseboard. "They look like blood." No, probably just old paint from the renovation. Then she noticed the curtains swaying gently, despite the complete absence of wind outside. A chill ran down her spine. "That's strange," she whispered, trying to shake off the uneasy feelings settling in her chest. Chapter 2: The First Night. By 8 p.m., exhaustion had overtaken everyone. Emma hadn't even eaten dinner, collapsing onto her bed fully clothed. "Emma, honey, wake up," Linda said softly, gently shaking her daughter's shoulder. "You need to eat something. Here, at least drink this milk." Groggily, Emma drank the milk and immediately fell back asleep. Around 1 a.m., a sound jolted her awake. Scratch, scratch, scratch. It was coming from under her bed. Emma's heart pounded. "What is that noise?" she whispered to herself, frozen with fear. Summoning her courage, she leaned over the edge of the bed and peered underneath. Nothing. Just empty. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. The doorbell rang insistently. "Coming," Linda called out, wiping her hands on her apron. "But we don't know anyone here yet. Who could it be?" She opened the door. Nobody was there. She stepped onto the porch, looking left and right down the quiet street. Not a soul in sight. "That's odd. Someone was just ringing the bell like crazy," she muttered, closing the door. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Again, the bell rang frantically. Linda yanked the door open immediately this time. Again, nothing. "Someone's playing games," she said angrily, scanning the area more carefully. Still, no one. As she turned to go back inside, loud pounding started on the door. Bang, bang, bang. Linda's hands began to shake. "What's happening?" She stood frozen in the hallway, afraid to turn around. The pounding stopped, replaced by an eerie silence. Then she heard it, the door creaking open behind her. "I locked that door," she whispered, sweat beading on her forehead. Gathering all her courage, Linda turned around slowly. The door stood wide open, but there was no one there. No one she could see, anyway. Chapter 4:
seeking help. When Emma returned home at 6 p.m., she found the front door ajar. Mom never leaves the door open, she thought, worry creeping in. Inside, she found Linda sitting motionless on the couch, staring at nothing. "Mom, are you okay? Why is the door open?" Linda recounted her terrifying experience. Emma tried to rationalize it. "It was probably just some kid playing a prank, Mom. We're new here. Nobody knows us yet." "Maybe you're right," said Linda, though doubt clouded her eyes. Over the following days, the incidents intensified. Objects moved on their own. Important documents David had organized for work presentations were scattered across his office floor. Strange noises echoed through the house at all hours. Emma confided in her friend Melissa during their lunch break. "I don't know what to do anymore. Ever since we moved into this house, things had been wrong." "Have you considered getting professional help?" Melissa asked. "Not a priest or anything, but a paranormal investigator? My cousin knows someone, Jason Cole. He's one of the best in the Pacific Northwest. He uses actual scientific equipment to detect supernatural activity." "A paranormal investigator? Are you serious?" "Completely. Look, if you mess around with fake mediums or con artists, you'll waste time and money. Jason knows what he's doing. He can figure out what's happening and how to fix it. Want me to call him?" "At this point, I'll try anything."
Chapter 5. The Investigation. 2 days later, a man in his mid-30s arrived at the Morrison house carrying several cases of equipment. "Hello, I'm Jason Cole. Melissa sent me. I understand you've been experiencing some unusual phenomena?" "Yes, please come in," Linda said, relief evident in her voice. Jason unpacked various devices, EMF meters, thermal cameras, motion sensors, and audio recorders. "I'd like you all to wait in the living room while I conduct my investigation," he instructed calmly. For the next hour, Jason moved through the house, setting up equipment and taking readings. The family waited anxiously, listening to his footsteps overhead and the occasional beep of his devices. Finally, he returned to the living room. "Well," David asked, "did you find anything?" "Everything appears normal," Jason said with a reassuring smile. "My equipment hasn't detected any unusual electromagnetic fields or temperature anomalies." "Thank God," Linda breathed. "I should get going," Jason said, packing up some of his gear. "Emma, could you walk me out?" "Sure. Dad, I'll be right back." Once they were outside and out of earshot, Emma grabbed Jason's arm. "Be honest with me. Is there really nothing wrong with our house? Because I can barely sleep anymore. I constantly feel like someone's watching me." Jason's expression grew serious. "Your parents were already scared, so I didn't want to alarm them further. The truth is, my instruments didn't pick up anything, which is actually more concerning." "What do you mean?" "It means whatever entity is in your house doesn't want to be detected. It's deliberately hiding. But I felt it. There's definitely negative energy in there. Something happened in that house, something traumatic." Emma's face went pale. "So what do we do?" "I'm going to research the property's history. I need to find out what happened there before you moved in. In the meantime, if anything else occurs, call me immediately, day or night." He handed her his card. "I mean it, Emma. Don't hesitate." Chapter 6. The Truth Revealed. The next morning, the Morrison family woke to find their living room in chaos. Furniture was overturned, picture frames lay shattered on the floor, and books were scattered everywhere. "What happened here?" David exclaimed. A knock at the door startled them all. It was Jason. "I know what's been happening," he said grimly, "and I know who's behind it." "Please, come in," Linda said, gesturing at the destruction around them. "I can explain all of this," Jason began. "After I left yesterday, I hid cameras and sensors throughout your house. I monitored them all night." He pulled out his tablet, showing them footage of objects flying across rooms with no visible cause, drawers opening and slamming shut on their own, and shadowy figures darting past the camera. But more importantly, I spoke with your neighbors. Most of them moved here within the last decade, but I tracked down someone who lived here 15 years ago. Jason pulled out a notebook and began reading. This house belonged to Thomas Carter and his daughter, Sarah. Thomas was a widower who raised Sarah alone after his wife died in childbirth. Sarah was his whole world. Chapter 7. Sarah's Story. Flashback. 15 years earlier. Thomas Carter hurried down the street to his neighbor's house, carrying a box of cookies. "Robert, I have wonderful news," Thomas beamed. "What's the occasion, Thomas?" "Sarah's engaged. She met a wonderful young man and they're planning the wedding for next spring. I can finally see my little girl settled and happy." "That's fantastic! Congratulations! Let me know if you need any help with the preparations." "Thank you, my friend. She's all I have in this world. Making her happy is all that matters to me." That night, a severe storm rolled in. Thunder crashed as rain pounded the windows. Thomas and Sarah were having dinner when someone banged on their door. Thomas opened it to find a man drenched in rain, looking frantic. "Help me! Please, I need to use your phone. My car broke down and there's an emergency." "Of course, come in," Thomas said kindly, stepping aside. The moment the stranger crossed the threshold, he pulled out a knife. "Nobody move. Give me everything valuable in this house, now." "Please, take whatever you want. Just don't hurt my daughter," Thomas pleaded. "Dad!" Sarah screamed. "Shut up!" The intruder grabbed Sarah, pressing the blade to her throat. "Start gathering everything. Jewelry, cash, electronics, and no tricks or she dies." Thomas moved frantically through the house, collecting their valuables with shaking hands. When he returned with a bag full of jewelry and cash, the intruder snatched it. As he turned to leave, Thomas tried to grab his arm. "Please, let my daughter go." In the struggle, the knife plunged into Thomas's chest. He collapsed, blood spreading across the hardwood floor. "Dad! Dad! No!" Sarah broke free and fell to her knees beside her father. Sarah, Thomas whispered, blood bubbling from his lips. "I love you." His eyes went vacant. The intruder fled into the storm, never to be caught. Sarah never recovered from that night. She refused to leave the house, barely ate, and spent her days staring at the spot where her father died. Her fiancé tried to help, but she pushed everyone away. 3 months later, neighbors noticed they hadn't seen Sarah in days. When police broke down the door, they found her body in her bedroom. She had died of a broken heart, doctors said, though officially the cause was listed as cardiac arrest brought on by severe depression and malnutrition. The house was sealed and forgotten. Chapter 8. Confrontation. "So Sarah's spirit has been here all along," Emma said quietly. "She won't leave because this is where her father died. This is her home." "Exactly," Jason confirmed. "I attempted to communicate with her last night using specialized equipment. She made it very clear that she wants you to leave. This is her house, and she considers you intruders." "Can't you help her move on?" Linda asked desperately. "Some kind of exorcism or ritual?" Jason shook his head sadly. "She's not a malevolent entity. She's not trying to harm you, just frighten you away. She's protecting what's hers. I could attempt a more aggressive approach, but I don't recommend it. When spirits are tied to a place by trauma this severe, forcing them out can be dangerous for everyone involved." "So we just leave?" David asked, defeat in his voice. "I'm sorry, I know this isn't what you wanted to hear, but yes, that's my professional recommendation. Sarah isn't going anywhere, and the longer you stay, the more aggressive the activity will become. She's already warning you. Next, she might start causing real harm." The Morrison family moved out that week. The house was boarded up and remains empty to this day. Some neighbors report seeing a young woman in the windows at night watching the street. Others claim to hear two voices, a man and a woman, laughing together in the darkness. Sarah got what she wanted. She and her father's memory remain undisturbed in the only home they ever knew. The house still stands in Portland, a testament to the fact that some bonds transcend even death, and some spirits will never rest. Thank you for watching tonight's terrifying true story. Before you go, here's a scary statistic. 98% of viewers who watch our content haven't subscribed yet. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our bone-chilling tales. Did you find this story frightening? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to smash that like button. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, sleep tight if you can.